I've been waiting patiently for a beautiful lover. He's not a cheater, a believer. He's a warm-blooded achiever. It's a lonely night in my bed in the heat of
Let's proceed with our meeting. We are under pressure because of time. We still have more items in our agenda. Let's check our seat, please. Order, councillors. Dr. Mngoni, please present the item.
The first item of speaker is on page 3. Item 1.1, a request for approval of the draft revised eThekwini Municipal Staff Establishment microstructure. The item is here for approval. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mngoni. Councillors, are the recommendation agreed?
Sorry, Samlo.
Okay, let me check hands. Councillor Kuala?
No, ANC bicela caucus.
Okay.
I got report ukuthi ibizo ibiyoti.
Okay.
Bese siqhubeka.
That is correct and procedural. Let's invite or request the ANC to report back on the outcome of their caucus.
Siyabonga Somlom, no the ANC isibuyile si ready to proceed a position that we are taking with the item sicela I referral back la sizokwazi ukuthi
Kahleke chief we phela ngithi item ya present before I debate. Ake siqale si present then besafuna report okwamanje I outcome ye caucus.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for that. The item has been presented. There's no list of speakers. I will take hands for those who want to speak on the item before the item is approved. The first hand is Councillor Pulan. But there's a hand. One. Councillor Nkosi, then Councillor Kambole, Councillor Mtetwa, Freedom Front Plus, Councillor Deputy Mayor, Councillor Mieni, those are the speakers, right? Okay, yes. Councillor Mpemba, Ntuli. In that order,
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. It's more of a query. Page 6 at the top, item C, Roman 2, change to a limited or non-martial degree. I presume that means material. Are you with me? Page 6 at the top.
right?
Okay, and then also on that same page, 1.1.2, the second line at the end of it, it's Director of Directorate. I'm not sure what that means.
Okay.
Then there's a few spelling mistakes on page 7, but I can tell the administration about that separately. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Nkosi.
Honourable Speaker, our feeling is that this item must be referred back to caucuses, so then all the councillors in the council will have a deep understanding of what we are discussing here. I'm saying that, Honourable Speaker, because yesterday when we asked questions, even our officials did not give us satisfactory answers. And even if you look at the discussions of yesterday, none of the things that we mentioned at ESCO level, that appears here. So to me, Honourable Speaker, it tells you that we all have a serious problem about the item. It will be then better even to get the officials from the National Department. I thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Kambule.
Sibonga Somlomo, nathi as an EFF, we support the submission by the IFP because indlela esifila ngakhona, I think nigijimisa kakhulu le iconogram ekubeni singakayi understand ukuthi ithini kahle kahle, so we feel ukuthi mayibuyiselwe emumva so that wonke amakhansela ezokwazi ukuthi achazeleke ngayo, sibuyeke sonke sesiyazi and then ke enze ne input masibuyeke sesingayidiscussa kwi council. Thank you.
Asibhaleke Councillor Nkosi i-reference back isekele kahle ukhambule ithebishe kwi-council i-proposal so that we are procedural. Councillor Nyambosa.
No, Speaker, I think if there's a proposal to refer the item back, it would be futile for me to start debating. Let's maybe deal with the proposed reference back and see if it's successful.
Okay. Let me check the remaining hands if there's something different. Freedom Front Plus.
Chair, we welcome this if it's going to help with service delivery. However, just on page 5, it says the eThekwini Water and Sanitation operate as a business unit rather than an entity. My fear is just we're not a business. We can run it like a business, but it's not a business. We supply a service. We're not here to make profit on people's money.
Okay.
They've already paid rates. We've taken their money. We supply a service to the community. We're not a business in it for profit. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Can I have the copy of the reference back? Point of order, Kwala.
No, ngicathu ubuhamba kahle Somlomo uthi ake siqale nge-reference back si discuss bese siyalokhuza, so angiboni sesingaqhubeka nenkulumo kube ukhona iproposal.
No, I was checking if there's someone with a contrary view to the reference back, because the reference back have to be supported or rejected if there are those who are not in support.
Supported.
Oh, you supported. I'm waiting for the form, but councillors, you understand what Councillor Nkosi is trying to advance. Is the proposal to refer this matter back supported?
Agreed.
Okay. It means, councillors, the report on it's page 3, 1.1 is being referred back. City Manager, next item.
The next item, Babu Speaker, is Audit Committee report for the fourth quarter ended 30 June 2024. Is item number 2 on page 6. It is coming for noting. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much. Are the recommendations noted? Dr. Mngoni?
No.
Councillor Peck?
Thank you very much, Chair. I'm only going to take the full time so that we can all discuss a few things. Yeah, on the previous item, I see there's
Okay,
quite
we've already dealt with this item and then.
No, there's no, sorry, Chair, but am I on the floor or because there seems to be another speaker?
You are on the floor.
Thank you very much, Chair. Yes, the fourth quarter, although it is historic, us being in the second quarter of the new year, it is concerning when certain things get highlighted by the Audit Committee that are especially when it's repeat findings. And it builds on what I said earlier today. We seem to not take note of time. And we also don't take note of the signs of the time. So I'm going to just quickly go through a few things. And one of it, for instance, is the NERSA tariff, where it points out that the municipality is increasing percentages higher than the NERSA tariff. And all that the municipalities say in the management reply is, we are still in a dispute about the matter with NERSA. Well, in the meantime, tick-tock, people are still paying the new tariff. You know, that's something which we should take into cognizance. As much as we want to make money, we also have to look after the goose that lays the golden egg. The next one is the interdepartmental relations and the parastatal debt. It's another concern that gets raised. And while one sees that there is a considerable effort towards it, one also takes cognizance of the fact that there are certain entities that just refuse to come to the party and just dig their heels in and say, well, we're not going to pay. Well, then I think we have to cut them off. Very concerning is the debt of the government debt older than 30 days not being reported to Treasury. We have to reveal, it's no use we try to hide and cover up for others. If they are in Mora, then by all means, they must come to the front. The IT problems within the electricity department, again a repeat finding, and one can see it because things don't seem to work. It seems like the unit is working by itself, and once again the LIPS system comes in, and the reply from management is very, very flimsy. Then we're going to see the growth and the funding and the planning towards the informal settlements. The informal settlements are here to stay. There's no plan that we've got. We can't tomorrow morning when we wake up, then the informal settlements are somewhere. We need to plan for them. That's a reality. More and more people are flocking to the city, and we're not adequately planning and allocating budget towards upgrading the life of these people. And if we aren't able to give them formal dwellings, then at least we have to make it a very livable. And again, the answer to say we are working on it, no, there should be something more concrete. Luckily, the investment in the city, although it's been cited as a concern, that seems to be a little bit on the uplift, but one would have to see more. We need to make it more susceptible for people to invest in the city instead of outside of that. And hopefully tonight, in what we're going to hear, maybe there's a little bit of a silver lining to a dark cloud. Now, this one is one thing that again, repeat, and we don't seem to listen, is the overtime and our expenditure on overtime. We are not filling the vacancies as we should. We are not realigning shift rosters so that we are paying people in terms of normal hours. And during the week, the work gets set aside and then on weekends. There's actually a roster that exists in some of these departments where they pre-plan that they're going to be doing work in 2 or 3 weeks' time, and then they plan overtime for it. There's the A shift, you guys work overtime this week, and you work overtime that week, and then when we do have a burst pipe, or you have something that's broken, or electricity failure, or a blow up of a sub, suddenly they run out of the 40 hours, because the 40 hours are not used when there's a real emergency. Suddenly we say we need more because we're planning the overtime as part of the budget. Another one that pops up again is the irregularities around the PEP and EPWP program. Now, in my earlier discussion, I alluded to the fact that the roster shows that there should be, for instance, community water meter readers that's catered for in these programs. And once again, the identities of the people are in question, the control measures are brought into question, and it's not the first time we've heard it. We've heard that over and over again, but we don't seem to find a solution for it. Consequence management is once again, we say that we're applying consequence management. It's only when you start making examples of people that the others will stop. And we're not doing it. It is that, yes, we're reducing it, but we're not seeing that it's actually been attended to. The water losses, I alluded to that earlier, and once again, I challenge that we go and fix these, because, again, it's not something that we've heard for the first time. And the percentages, we get excited when it drops from 55 to 53, but we're still very far off the mark. We can start getting excited when we halve that to the 27 to 30%, then we're going in the right direction. And the other one, that's the bad buildings. We seem to have a problem with accommodation across the city, and I refer you once again to the 600 informal settlements. Yet we sit with buildings within the inner city that can be turned around and facilitate these people. We can give people dignity. We can alleviate the problem that we seem to have in Albert Park that comes back every morning. Doesn't matter whether we burn the tarps in the morning, by the evening they've got more. We can facilitate these people within these bad buildings. And when you sit with the Minister of Human Settlements and they ask how many buildings you've got in the city, it would be nice if you actually have the right answer and not embarrass us by saying there's only 3. But be that as it may, I think we can start reprioritizing these and take the people off the street. It will alleviate a lot of our problems. And this is not the first time, again, that we read this in the audit report. I've just put in the interest of time, I've just enlightened a few things. And if those things are not worrying, then I must say, then we're not in the same council. We need to fix this if we want to build the city and go towards the 2030 and 2050 pie in the sky, maybe, that we want for the city. If this is really the best and livable place to be, it rests upon our shoulders as we sit here to address this and to put pressure on the administration as the political oversight to make this happen. We take note of this. Thank you, Speaker.
Yeah, thank you very much, Councillor Pett. Councillors, are the recommendation noted? Next item, Acting City Manager.
Thank you, Our Speaker. The next item is item 3 on page 9. Determination of upper limit of salaries, allowances and benefits of different members of Municipal Council for 2024-25 financial year. The report is here for approval. Committee comments.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mnguni. Are the recommendation agreed, councillors?
No.
FF abstain.
City Manager.
The next item 4 on page 10, noting of reasons to extend the lease of premise for office accommodation situated at 15 Twilight Drive, Umhlanga, in terms of section 1163 of the Municipal Finance Management Act. It is here for noting. Committee recommends.
Thank you, Dr. Mnguni. Are the recommendation noted, councillors? Next item, Dr. Mnguni.
The next one is on page 5. Next one is item 5 on page 13. Noting of reasons to amend contract 7E-1464 7H-1465 and 78-1348 for lease of premises at the Embassy Building and the Delta Towers in terms of Section 1163 of the Municipal Finance Management Act. It is here for noting. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much. Acting City Manager, are the recommendation noted, councillors? Next item, Dr. Mnguni.
The next item is item 6 on page 18. Is noting of reasons to amend contract 1H-21374 for lease of premise at the Shell House Building in terms of Section 1163 of the Municipal Finance Management Act. Is here for noting. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much. Are the recommendation noted, councillors? Thank you. Next item, City Manager.
The next item is item 7 on page 20. Noting of major amendments to contract 1S.39667, invitation for cooperatives operating within municipal boundaries for the cleaning of municipal premises, weed eradication, and grass or bush clearing in terms of Section 1163 of the MFMA. Is here for noting. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much. Are the recommendation noted, councillors? Thank you. Next item.
Next item is item 8 on page 22. Approval to reprioritize the 2024-25 municipal capital budget to fund critical and urgent project. The item is here for approval. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mnguni. Are the recommendation agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
Thank you. Next item.
Next item is item 9 on page 23. Request for authority to co-fund the hosting of upcoming presidential OSS DDM oversight in Bizo to be hosted within a eThekwini municipal area. The report is here for approval. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mnguni. Are the recommendation agreed, councillors?
Agreed.
Thank you. Next item.
The next item is item 10 on page 24. Authority to support and implement 2024-25 various programs and events within the community and emergency services cluster from November 2024 to June 2025. It is here for approval. Committee recommends.
Thank you, Dr. Mnguni. Are the recommendation agreed, councillors?
Sorry, Somlo.
Yes, Councillor Kwala.
Angazi la Somlo. Kodwa ngithi angilekelele mhlambe noma ngifune into ezosilekelela iclarity. With igcwalisa spring picnic ibekade kuyi-event esiyenzekile. So I don't know how we move about the event esiyenzekile. I think mhlambe kunendlela yokuyilokhuza yona yodwa nje ukuyibalula ngoba cathi it's here for noting noma section othile. I don't feel ukuthi kufanele ifike la isiyenzekile bese si approve ngaleyo ndlela. I'm not sure noma ngirong kodwa.
Okay, thank you. Let me allow the members of the committee to clarify that before council guide accordingly.
Bese okunye sorry Somlo. Bese okunye ke ebengifisa ukuemphasize kukabi ngoba city manager kasekho. Imbi lento ukuthi singabaholi eThekwini sithuke singabi ingxenye yezinto ezenzeke eThekwini ezixhaswe umkhandlu. Uyithuka usunxolo mbisile nje umhlonishwa esekukhaba ama security ethi awanamhlonishwa lawo. Kufanele lemicimbi sibe yipart and parcel. Asikwazi ukuthi umkhandlu sihlulwe u222 tickets for ama councillor esithi abaholi ama officials that singabaqasha. Kodwa bese kuthi mase kune event yenzekile lento kune cup final ye MTN 8 eMabhida. Ayikho into ebhlungu nje ukufica ama officials egcwele abaholi behlele eminyango. Cela niyibukisise nayo leyo baba uNonkosi challenge kuwena leyo uqondisa nje city manager wakho. Siyabonga.
Thank you. Let me invite members of the committee to clarify and respond on Twalisa Spring Picnic so that we can guide accordingly. Whether lo mcimbi ufika nale mcimbi kanti soyenzi yona. Can you confirm that?
Speaker. Yes, umcimbi ubukade ungale weekend edlule. Kwenziwe ukuthi i-report ibisahamba ama-signature yenza yonke izinguqukaca zomkhandlu kufanelekile. Njoba ila isiphasisiwe, I think i-finance and the committee, they will take it out because usuwenzekile umcimbi ingakaphasi i-report. But we report, I think, was supposed to be in the last ESCO meeting because being an hour signature ngokuphelele yangakwazi ukungena.
Okay, in other words, Councillor Kwala is correct, it should be recorded as such.
Yes.
So that it reflects that
Yes.
in the minutes
Speaker.
when it's being captured.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Speaker.
Thank you. Councillor Pega.
Yes, Speaker, ngicela uku-add kulama events because ikhona namanye khona la. Like uZex Bantwini homecoming and Ntanzi one man show. Wonke nje maningi akhona la engicabanga ukuthi mhlambe angalandela lo mgudu show babu Kwala.
Asekhalile wonke.
Yebo. Yebo Speaker.
Okay, okay. Okay, Councillor Mthethwa.
Cha bengifuna ukuchecka nje ukuthi since it is confirmed what uCouncillor Gawula was querying that one of these events has already taken place. I'm not sure about the validity of what Councillor Pega is saying, that it's not only this one. Does that mean that the municipality has already paid without council approval? If that has happened, because even if it came before the last ESCO, it would not have made this council for it to get proper approval. Now, if it has been, expenditure has been incurred without council approval, does that not then mean that there's an element of unauthorized expenditure there? If that is the case, Chairperson, I am going to propose that all those events or an event that has already taken place be taken off this list of approval, so that if it comes as a standalone item so that we deal with it accordingly. Otherwise, it does contaminate the whole report, Chairperson. Thank you.
The report says this program will start from November 2024 to June 2025. Yeah, but there's an admission that Iqalisa seyenzekile, it must be
From
recorded as such, and you Councillor Ukpega is making another statement of identifying other events that already have been taken place.
I need to add from June, from November.
Yeah, it's difficult to guide in a report that says something, but on the ground we are picking something new that have not been covered in the content of the report. Because I was checking, there's no way it's being mentioned that some of the events have already taken place, so that council approve a true reflection of what's happened on the ground. Can we agree that those events that have already taken place be identified, if possible, and recorded accordingly?
Speaker.
For
Speaker,
yes, Councillor.
the report iti ngo-June, iqala manje ngo-November, kuze kushaye uJune 2025.
Yes.
So lama event ala asazokwenzeka awu. The only report esinayo esaziyo ukuthi i-event yakhona yenzekile nge-weekend ile yabayishoyo yegcwalisa.
Okay.
So lenenye ayishoyo ukansela bayona le yangane ukubheka no
Okay, that's fine. Clear, councillors. Kabas, we are clear now. That is clarified. Councillors, with those changes,
Yeah.
are the recommendations
Recommendation.
agreed?
Agreed.
Thank you.
Siqedile.
City manager. Hey, Bafwet. City manager.
That was the last item on
Right.
this one, Madam Speaker.
Okay. Senze kanjena ke. There is a third report of the executive committee. Your no, when they put this touch that evening. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm being assisted by my team here. The third report of the executive committee contained the notice of motions. We will deal with those on item 13. As per the agenda, we are now dealing with the MPEC report in our main agenda. I will invite the chair of MPEC to summarize the report of MPEC.
Thanks, Speaker. Also greetings to all councillors. Speaker, we've got 3 reports of the MPEC. I'll start with the first report. I'll take it as read with its recommendations. Thanks, Speaker.
Thank you. That is the first report of the MPEC. There are no hands. On the report are the...
Ikhona Somlo.
Okay. Councillor Kwala.
No, umuntu abonga Somlo. La kwi first report umuntu uhlangana nembibizana lapha. I think page 6 paragraph 1 2 3. I think lapha kukhulunywa nge challenge with some unit not submitting. Sike saba ne case ke la whereby DCM of Trading Service was accused of not reporting argument yakhe was to say ureportile yena then city manager didn't take actions. So iyafika ke nakule iMPEC angazi Somlomo yini engasilekelela but kubalekile ukuthi uma sidila nama issues irregular expenditure or unauthorized sidile nawo decisive kungabe ngazi ukuthi mhlambe khona la esixexisa khona isandla angazi ke yini engalekelela la ukuthi masikhuluma ngeMPEC report that is where sikhuluma ngo consequence management. I think we have almost 4 DCMs abangasekho ngenxa yayi consequence management. Manje kumbuza ukuthi abanjani kanti oqiniswa kuba isandla abanjani abadedelwayo because ithi le MPEC the biggest challenge is the non-submission of report by certain units. Which are those units? We don't know. But ikhona into ethi kuno DCM, I can name them. Sinenkinga nje ukuthi everyone is acting la except uBaba uMsweli. The entire clusters anama acting DCM acting heads njalo njalo. So angazi kodwa mhlambe nonkosi khona la ufana usilekelele khona njengomeya owakhethwa imajority ukuthi iadministration yethu ayiqinisa isandla kulento consequence management. Kungabi ngazi ukuthi kukhona ifavorism ngoba uma ukhona umuntu ofacea consequence.
Your time is up.
Okubalwa nesikhathi.
Yeah.
All right, ngiyabonga.
Yeah, thank you very much, Councillor Kuala. Councillors, are the recommendation noted? Next report, Chair.
Thanks, Speaker. The second report, it deals with the COGTA first quarter report. Speaker, I will take it as read, but there's an error on committee recommendations. We said it's a period ended 30 September 2023. That one, it's an error. It's supposed to be 2024 on the committee recommendations. Thanks, Speaker.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. With those corrections on page 2 on the recommendations, are the recommendation noted?
The last report, Speaker, it deals with the UIFW report for October. I will take it as read with its recommendations. Thanks, Speaker.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair. Are the recommendations on the third MPEC report noted?
Speaker.
Right.
Speaker.
Okay. Head Likado Njomane is pointing something on the report that I didn't notice. Njomane, please assist.
Two. This report is certified as a team of, so this should be approved. Then the second
Page 2.
full page.
Third, night report.
Third.
Okay.
So look must be certified as irrecoverable. So this should be approved. Then the second.
Okay, thank you very much, colleagues, for being patient. On page 2, on the third report, on the recommendation, the first recommendation on 1.1 has to be approved by council. 1.2 noted. Is the recommendation 1.1 on page 2, councillors approved? Okay. 1.2 is noted. Thank you. Now, we are dealing with the third report of the executive. Okay. They're here. Okay. Okay. We in the same agenda, the ordinary council agenda. There are 4 notices of motion. Then there are 2 on the other agenda. Then we close the meeting and move to the in-committee before we close at 6. The first notice of motion is on page 94 from Councillor Annie Penn, seconded by Councillor J. Naidu. Are the recommendation councillors agreed? Thank you. The second motion is on page 95 from Councillor J. Naidu, supported by Councillor M.S. Nkosi. Are the recommendation agreed, councillors?
No.
Speaker.
Okay.
Councillor Naidu.
Councillor Naidu?
Speaker, we have an amendment to this motion.
The motion by yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, Speaker.
Councillor Ntuli?
Icela ukubuza, Speaker. Uyakwazi umuntu osehambile ashiye nemotion ngemuva bese siyayiphawula kuyo.
Ayakwazi.
Le yokuqala ke ngibona ngathi akusekho anephendola lesimoto angimazi kahle.
Usihambile.
Impela Sompisa umazi.
There is sitting at the back next to Councillor Nkosi. Okay, thank you, Councillor Ntuli.
Thanks for the concern.
Councillor J.
Speaker,
Yes.
okay, can I move the motion?
Yes.
The amendment, sorry. Speaker, I move to amend the motion on page 95, paragraph 2. Where it says on point 1 of the motion to include the following words. Amlazi, Kwamashu, Lamontville, Kwamakuta, Chesterville, and all R293 projects.
Okay, there's an amendment to include other areas, including the wards that have been mentioned. Who second the proposed amendment?
Councillor
Councillor Nkosi support the second the amendment. Councillors, with the amendment from Councillor Jane, are the recommendation agreed? Right. We are on page 95. This notice of motion is from Councillor.
Speaker.
Yes, Nyambozo.
Were we not dealing with amendment now? Because the author of the motion requested to amend it. I think what we should have done is to vote on an amendment before we vote on the substantive motion.
Oh, okay. We have not voted on the on the item itself. We were dealing with the amendments. You are correct. I should have came back on the substantive item. With that amendment supported, are the recommendations on the notice of motion agreed, councillors?
No, we don't support, Speaker.
Okay, IFTA don't support. Let's record that. 96 is John M. Johnson, seconded by Councillor Singh. Page 96. Are the recommendation agreed, councillors? Thank you. Let's deal now with the motion on page 98. Yes, page 98. This motion is from Councillor Mackenzie, supported by Councillor Solomon. Are the recommendation agreed, councillors? Thank you. Now we will. This was the last, Pelinde. We will now go to this one. Now the deputy mayor will now present the third. The third. It's a man the man report Pelinde. It's not clear.
There's a fourth, eh?
It's the fourth, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Somlomo. Allow me to present the third executive committee report. Thank you.
Thank you.
I will tell you.
Somlomo,
Yes, yes.
ngicela ukuchecka Somlomo ukuthi lawa amanye ama-motions azongena kwi-fourth or sele sesiwakhava wonke once.
Yeah, nale nto third fourth na yenze bengasiyo. Ngoba ama report onke la ukuthi enziwa no third fourth. Serious is confusing. Why ngathiwa nje ama motion afakwe ndawonye ngathiwa third fourth ngoba manje sekugcwele phambi kwami la. Sekugcwele. Anikahleni ke ioffice lami lingibriefe kahle. Inamba balo.
This is the third supplementary.
Okay.
So the agent motion.
Okay.
Hayi bandla.
Okay.
So le i-fourth na ifike izolo, that is why ihamba yonke, it's the fourth supplementary. Sesiqedile.
Kuthiwa i-third le i-fourth le, right? Yeah, let's deal with the third first. Yeah.
We don't have a third.
Noted. Noted.
No, i-third ile motion ka councillor o side, eh? That has been circulated.
Oh, supplementary.
Yeah, supplementary, yeah. Then the last one is from Councillor Mngonyama, seconded by Councillor Mgwengwe. It's the last motion. It's an urgent motion that we're dealing with in the morning, hence I was making that announcement. Now, On the 3rd, we are on page. Okay. Let me invite the city manager to read the item. Oh, a notice of motion. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. This is Councillor Said and Councillor Ismail. Councillors, are the recommendation agreed?
Speaker,
Yes, Councillor.
I do appreciate the fact that before you table it, your office would have approved it on the basis of perceived agency. But one reading the motivation for agency, it does not necessarily give a clear picture as to whether this is an urgent motion or not, because it does not give an indication as to why it did not come as a normal Section 18 motion. In line with that, because we don't believe there's urgency, the order might have just forgotten to file it as a normal motion. We therefore request that it follows.
Point of order, Speaker.
Point of order, Councillor Ntuli.
Ukansela umthetho ngisola ukuthi akekho ku agenda esikuyona. The motion esikhuluma ngayo njengamanje ile right. Bengifuna ukamenda yona mina hayi le ndaba ayikhulumayo.
Okay, let's allow him to finish your point. Then I will check the amendment.
We want to suggest that
While Mthetho is on the floor, please prepare the amendment.
we want to suggest that because this item, as correctly stated by the author of the motion, came to council in August. Now, it came in two parts. It was deceased estates, that's number one. Number two, it was insolvent. But because it was discovered that with insolvent, it needed to go back to the committee to discuss it and see how best it can be worked out so that it is smooth. We therefore want to suggest that this motion be referred to the committee for the committee to be able to work on the proposals by Councillor Said and come back with the relevant recommendations to Council, because otherwise we don't think that it should be tabled here as an urgent motion. It can be worked through the channels following the portfolio committee responsible for this item. Thank you.
Okay,
Speaker?
let's do this.
Speaker,
No,
can
no,
I
no.
motivate on the urgency, Speaker?
No. You can't do that. Let's do this. There's a proposed reference back. There's a proposed amendment. Let me deal with the reference back first before I come to the amendment. Isn't it fun? Ufuna ukuqala nge-amendment, niyakhulumisana? Do you want to come with the amendment first before reference back? Let's do this. Let's deal with the proposal from Councillor Mthetho first. I'm sure, councillors, you have listened to what Nyambose was trying to say, but Nyambose, who is seconding you? Ngayikhulumeli, ngifuna phakamise. So komba ngantshela ubungenayo, who's seconding that proposed reference back? Is Councillor Peck?
Councillor Beertger.
Yeah, you have to be recorded. Can you fill up the form and then we deal with that? Councillors, I believe we have listened to what Councillor Mthetho was trying to say in persuading Council to support the amendment. Is the proposed reference back supported? As outlined by Councillor Nyambose. Is supported?
Yes.
No objection, that's fine.
Okay.
Now.
No, Speaker, it's not supported.
No, it's not
Okay.
supported.
Okay.
It's not supported, Speaker.
Yeah. If I ask you that is the proposed reference back supported or not, when we are quiet, we record that there's no objection.
No.
If you don't support, you must say no.
No.
We'll then vote.
No.
We'll then vote. Then move the screen, please. We are voting on the reference back. I read the Secretariat, right? Where is the form, Chair? If it form, if it.
Yes.
Sungropa, when on vote is Sungapalang. Those who are in support of the reference back, please raise your vote. Thank you very much.
Ama numbers eDA wrong umthetho akavoti benobhekte lapha.
Those who are voting against, please raise your vote. Against the reference back.
Ngafuna ukuthi awu kubeka wena nje lento la ayisibabe ngetswaneke manje action ese
Senkatin. I don't think
sesizwile ngabo ningaba statistic kuthi abayaqoqa nje laba bashilulu nisuka le.
Thank you very much. Apologies. Those who abstain. Thank you very much. Those in support of the reference back 53, those who are against 102, those who abstain 1. Let's move now to the proposed amendment by Councillor Ntuli. Can you check the form for the amendment while we khuluma Sampemba?
No, sibonge Somlomo. Si ANC siyayi vuma motion, but with an amendment to say, instead of sending it to ESCO, send it to the committee, because the committee of finance is the one that deal with financial implication. They need to send it back. Thank you.
Okay. Who second you? Who seconded for Councillor Kwela?
I second it, Speaker.
No, Speaker, I thought I was recognized. Yes, I second Councillor Ntuli.
Thank you very much. Councillors, with the amendment submitted by Councillor Ntuli, seconded, are the recommendation agreed, Councillors? Thank you. Now we are on page 4. The one on page 4. No. Yeah.
Somlom.
Now let's deal now with the fourth, the last.
Sorry.
Councillor Kwala?
Yazi ngithitekile kule GNU. Into right mayisho ANC not DA, because DA was amending the very same thing as show Councillor Mthetho.
He has his master-in-laws, leave him.
Right, thank you very much. We are now dealing with the last notice of motion, the fourth report. Yeah. Deputy Mayor, the last and the fourth report be tabled.
Sibonge somlomo ngivumele ngethule umbiko wekomiti le-executive wesine siyabonga.
Thank you. This is an urgent motion we received late in the evening yesterday. Is on page 3. It has been circulated to all of you. Are the recommendation agreed, Councillors?
Speaker,
Kazanyambose?
the DA requests a 60 seconds caucus.
Not granted. Not granted, Nyambo 66.
Speaker,
60 seconds.
Speaker,
Right,
Councillor Ukbeka.
before I deal with the request of the caucus.
Yes, Speaker.
Right?
Speaker, I just want to get some clarity because we did submit an amendment. It was submitted under Councillor Mngwangu and seconded by Councillor Uzuma. Is it allowed in Uguti seconder to motivate on that item?
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
Yabonga Speaker. Yeah, thank you, Councillor
Phuthuma
Kubeka.
lapha esisiwe naSpizla.
Can you granted Nyambose with speed, eh?
Uzokuthola wemthetho. Uzobuya wemthetho.
I've never seen children of other races mistakenly shot and killed as baboons and pigs.
I didn't come back to discuss the content. Now, we engagement in the pump and tomorrow I'm working at the office at Service Committee. Have you, yeah, with these councillors from South? So from case. That's why
DA, Beniap.
No, dlala back, Steph.
Thank you very much. The DA is back. Nyamboso, can you have the report, please?
I'm waiting for the expiry of my 60 seconds. It hasn't. But we are ready to proceed.
We are ready to proceed. The report has been tabled. I explained that it was an urgent. Now, are the recommendations in the motion agreed, councillors? Thank you, Councillor Solomon. Yes.
Speaker, because of the urgency and the sudden caucus, could I please ask for your indulgence to speak for 30 seconds?
Yes, you can speak.
I understand what is being asked for here, and I work closely with my councillor, who's my neighbour in Ward 32, Councillor Rotas Ngonyama. But I want to make it very clear that people...
But we have voted for the motion.
I am busy talking. Can you give me a minute, please? Can I have your protection, Speaker?
Order. Proceed.
Serving on the portfolio for homelessness, I want to make a point in this council that people are not litter. We cannot get them to disappear. And we need to make provision for the homelessness in the city with the buildings that are standing empty, with the networks who are prepared to work with the homeless, who are prepared to take buildings and pay utilities and give revenue to the city. Just please have some manners. Thanks. We're talking about homeless people.
Order.
So I would like to please make the point, sir,
Point of order.
through this council, that we need to
Solomon,
make
order.
provision
Councillor
for
Solomon,
homeless people
there's a point of
in
order.
eThekwini. Thank you.
Somlomo sivotile saqeda la. Lenkulumo usihlalise kuyona sazi ukuthi ithini.
Khamba kanjalo babukwana.
Sesiqedile soyenza kodwa ilanga besica.
Kahle.
Sesiqedile kodwa.
Kahle phela kwalo. Umhlangano awuranwa kanjalo. Angithi le motion leni agent. Ngesikhathi ngibiza ivote uphakamisile ngapha wacela ukuthi ngimdedele. Then ngamdedela wakhuluma. Kumele simhloniphe aqede ukukhuluma siqhubeke nomhlangano. Singamphazamisi. No. Angithi angichaza ukuthi ngivotise kuyimetha agent ephakamisile ngapha. Councillor Solomon ayotana.
It was difficult, but I am. Thank you, Speaker.
Okay, apologies, Councillor Solomon, for that. I think what has been done by councillors is not acceptable, is wrong.
Thank you, Speaker.
I do want to apologize to you on behalf of council for
Thank
that.
you,
Councillors, order. Councillors, order. I'm serious, councillors. I always requested you to respect your fellow councillors. Councillors, the commission has been supported. Thank you very much. We are now going to move to the in-committee. I will give officials a few minutes to quickly move out, because there are other engagements that we have to attend. In the next few minutes, we have to move with speed. We have to be somewhere. Thank you very much, councillors, officials. You are released, but the team that control the screen, they will remain with me here. Those who are working on the screen in numbers, you don't go, you will remain with me here. Then the team from legal will assist me to count when we are voting. Singakhuleka sicisha amakamera, sambe nawo singashila, mekukhona indlela. Meswashiya socisha.